Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. I hope everyone had a great week. As I predicted last week, I did see lots of that volatile energy I was talking about, along with people arguing, some outbursts. I also saw a couple of things about explosions in the news. Lots of intense things happening worldwide. I even caught myself a few times last week having some outbursts toward fellow drivers on the road. And just to get it off my chest a little bit more here, if you're in the left lane cruising along and you have a line of traffic piled up behind you and people flying past you in the right lane to get in front of you, suck up your pride and suck up your I'm doing the speed limit attitude. Okay, that's great. Do the speed limit in the middle of the right lane, okay? And just get out of the way. That's all I'm saying. Or get off your cell phone, because that's the other problem. Be courteous and be aware of your surroundings. All right, moving on, since I got that out of the way. Let's get into tonight's predictions for this week, which run from tonight through to next Thursday, May 3rd. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of work, love, finances, health, and spirituality. If you're interested in personalized monthly predictions or any other services that I offer, you can go to my website, AskRebecca.guru, and check it out. So the general themes for this week, one of them is I feel like I have to do with blessings, so small and large ones. I feel many of you will start to see some positive things manifest in your life this week, and even any challenges that arise have blessings attached to them. So it's going to be important to keep a higher perspective and see the blessings in everything. I also feel like some of you will get some signs of blessings to come. So if you're not fully experiencing the blessing yet, you're going to get signs, and I feel like some of those signs will be through birds and feathers. Don't ask me why, but for some reason, birds and feathers were coming to mind, and possibly even a white peacock. So I don't know, or a white bird of some sort. This week will also be about more change. So yay! I know how much everybody loves change. One of our favorite experiences. So anyway, change is coming. There's no reason to fear it. And it always brings new experiences and takes us to new places. So look back at your life from birth to now. It's changed multiple times. Sometimes maybe it felt like a bad thing or started out a bit rough, but turned out to be a good thing. You're typically always moving forward, and you're the issues that come up for you. Now, the more that you resist, the more difficult change will be. And the more that you accept and enjoy the process and have a positive attitude about it, the easier it will be. Along with this change is another week of intense energies. You could feel like your nerves are fried. You could just feel physically uncomfortable, possibly even anxious. You could feel vulnerable, raw, and exposed. You could also become dehydrated very quickly this week, so drink lots of water, take baths, showers, or jump in the ocean. Water is very, very cleansing, and for some reason, I also feel like water will be playing a big role this week in many different ways. Some areas I feel like will get lots of rain. Other areas will be really dry and in need of water. Either way, water is playing a role in everybody's life some way, somehow. So we'll see how it plays out for each of us. As you become more whole within yourself this week, you could start feeling more connected to everyone and everything. More of you will be awakening to the fact that you're all a part of something bigger than yourself. And the best way that I can explain it is like you're a drop of water from the ocean. Well, that drop, it becomes a drop. It's a piece or an individual, if you will, but it's still part of the ocean. And if you put the drop back into the ocean, it becomes one with the ocean again. So you are a drop of energy whatever it is you want to call it, that belongs to the original source. So as are the rest of the souls on this planet. And this week, you can see some unity in action. I feel like it's going to show up in many different ways. I feel like, you'll be seeing people helping other people in need, helping other people, helping others through crisis moments. I just feel like it will be actions big and small. So either way, you'll just see of things. And I also feel like you'll no longer see things through the lens of us versus them, if that makes sense. So, I feel like a lot of you don't have that us versus them thing, but you do have some other little things that might need some looking at or tweaking, where you're accepting of people, but maybe you're not accepting of certain situations, or because we get sucked into this false illusion of drama that the powers to be create to keep us distracted from finding out about the truth of what really is going on in this world. I feel like it's only going to hurt all of us in the end. So it keeps the cycle of separation going, and it keeps us from uniting to get the greedy oligarchs who run this world gone for good. So unplug from the matrix, people. Unplug from the matrix is what I'm trying to say here. All right. So this week, for some of your inner saboteur is going to pop up. So you're going to try to stir up some drama, just for some excitement or because you're afraid. Either way, don't. You may have someone younger than yourself creating drama, and for some of you, it will be someone all up in your business. So I feel like there could be people that are going to be butting their nose into your life, and maybe you're the one that's going to be being nosy, or maybe it'll be a combination. So again, try to unplug from the drama. Let's see. Then there's some of you that have tedious work to get accomplished this week. I just feel like you just have so much stuff to do, and things that you need to get accomplished that you're not really in the mood to accomplish. But I do feel like with this energy, you will get the focus that you need, the strength and the will to get it done. So the energy will be good for it, even though you'll partly be like, I don't want to work. For those of you employed, some of you have more work than you can get done this week. Some of you will be feeling overwhelmed and unexcited about work. If you need help, ask for it. Others that are better able to handle this kind of pace, I think, to me, it just feels like business as usual. You're used to kind of like going hard, multitasking, having multiple things on your plate. So for you, it's really kind of like same old. For some of you, I feel like conflict at work could arise. So, just be careful. Everybody just be mindful of what emotions are coming up within yourselves, so you're not emotionally reacting to things and getting into an argument at work. And I also feel like there's a possibility that some of you will be receiving a message that you weren't really expecting at work, and it doesn't really feel like it's something negative. So, it just may be something that hits you, out of the blue. Work, for those of you looking for a job, overall the energies are good this week for applying for jobs. I do feel a few of you may be dealing with extensive background checks for new work that you might be starting soon or applying to or will get hired at. So there's a few of you that are going to be going through that. And it kind of feels like government type position jobs, maybe police officer, maybe fire department, different things where you're really going to have to get your background checked. Love, for those of you in committed relationships, I feel like some of you are bored this week in your relationships. Definitely deserves a conversation and some action to get this resolved. Now, the energy is a little bit conflicting because communication is going to actually be a little bit difficult this week. So just make sure you say what you mean and mean what you say, if you know what I mean, right? So just make sure you're communicating clearly. I also feel like some of you will actually need need to look at the deeper meaning behind the words to fully understand your partner this week. Those of you looking for love, some of you have been out and about but can't seem to meet someone. I just feel like, to me, it sounds like the way I was getting it, it just kind of felt like you weren't completely past someone from your old relationship. Like an old relationship from your past is something where you're still holding on to either or of maybe just you're still hung up on the hurt of the relationship. So I feel like you need to do the work this week so that you can let that go. It can't really hurt to give this person, and really, I feel like you should go out on multiple dates because people aren't feeling comfortable until they're a couple of dates in and get to know you a little bit better. That's when the walls come down, the guard comes down. Invest, don't spend. It's not a good week to gamble. And if you aren't being fairly compensated, then it's time to reevaluate your job situation. And I do feel like some of you may receive a message about finances that you're not thrilled about, but it could be a mistake and it turns out everything's okay. And if the message is accurate, well, it doesn't feel like it's a really bad message or anything like that. I mean, it may not be good, but it's not the end of the world either. Health, some of you have neglected emotional issues that you've been suppressing. Well, this week it could manifest in some sort of illness like aches, head cold, or maybe even something more severe. It all depends on how much and how long you've been neglecting your emotional well-being. I also feel like it's important to mention to seek second opinions, especially for invasive procedures that your doctor may be recommending. So if that resonates with any of you, I definitely feel like you should get another opinion. It certainly can't hurt. Spirituality, try new things, especially if you're bored or feeling stuck. Figure out what interests you and what you enjoy. And I feel like hang out with upbeat, spiritually aware people to help give you a little extra pep in your step. And those of you seeing gurus or chasing the elusive guru, I just feel like be cautious of egotistical spiritual advisors. They do exist. So just be cautious and remember, trust yourself. Listen to your own intuition. Listen to your higher self and listen with what resonates within you. Like the only person that's going to know is you, not somebody else. All right, so that covers this week's prediction. So let's go ahead and take tonight's caller, which is Heather from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. So how can I help you tonight?
I need direction on if there's a job that I have right now is going to be a good fit to me. And I have soaps I'm trying to sell, but it's taken a little while to get them off and running. I wanted to do this for a long time, and I finally got, after all the bumps have been out of the road, I'm trying to get my soaps out there. Where I'm at, where I'm going, what path am I taking?
Okay, you have your own business, right? Well, you have, you do both.
No.
Are you working?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. So the first part of your question is the job that you have right now, is that a good fit for you?
Yes.
Okay, so did you just start this job?
It will be starting on Monday.
Oh, you're starting on Monday. Okay, that's what I felt like it was a new job. I do feel like it will be a good fit for you, and I do feel like it's going to help you Like, I feel like you're in a cycle of, you're heading into a positive cycle. Like, you're just coming off of a cycle where things have been kind of tight, things have been challenging, like you've really been going through a purging process. But right now,
Yeah.
I just feel like there's a turn for the better, especially in regards to money. I do feel too like there's generosity headed your way, not just like financially, but there's other things that people are going to like offer you, and I just keep getting that, make sure that you accept whatever assistance comes to you and not to be too proud.
Right.
The work, I think you're gonna enjoy it. Like, I feel like you're super nervous.
Oh yeah, it's a lot been going on. I'm just trying to like find where I'm at, find my balance, my center, what I'm happy with, and be fully engaged in that.
You will. You will. I think you're going to fit in just fine. You just have to relax, because I just feel like you're super nervous and like anxious. But I feel like you're going to fit in just fine. And I don't feel like I feel like it's a job that you've done similar things. So it's not like you're going in and you're completely learning something from scratch. Like, I feel like it's an office environment, right?
It is an office. I have to check in every day, but it's something I'm familiar with because I've done it before, and so I'm back there now, and I had experience in the past. So I just like, you know what, I'm giving this another try, and I got accepted right I had to go through paperwork, but I was able to get in. So I'm like, okay, I'm familiar with this. I've done this before. I know where I'm going now, so I'm going to really put my whole heart into it now.
You broke up a little bit. What are you putting your heart in completely?
It's taking care of someone else. It's the home health.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so you're doing like traveling, you're going to someone's home and helping take care of them and their needs, right? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're going to be fine. You'll be fine. Like, I think last time you did it, I feel like it was challenging because I feel like you got too emotionally involved and you were just getting too overwhelmed with having to be responsible for someone else. But I think you're in a better place now, so it'll be much easier.
Yeah, I know what to expect now. So I'm like, okay, my soul's ready for this. I'm like, you know what? Let's make this work. Let me be compassionate. Let me be more sincere to the other person's needs.
Yes, and I think that's going to work out in your favor. And I feel like the people that you're going to take care of, they're really going to, like, I just feel a lot of love there. And I feel like they are really, like, I feel like it's going to be a reciprocal relationship. I feel like you're going to learn and gain from the experience with them just as much as they're going to gain from you.
Right.
And I know it's hard work, but I do feel like your attitude is in the right place. Like, you're helping heal people. Like, you're loving people that don't have somebody else to love them in some way.
Right.
And it kind of feels like your own business. Like, I feel like you have kind of the freedom. I know you have to check into an office, but I feel like you're kind of free. Like, then you go to wherever you're going, you take care of them, and then you move on to someone else. Like, are you just going or do you stay? Because I feel like you're traveling more.
That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to the office to check in and explaining what I do with the client every day, and doing that is an office setting, and it's like a very warm, inviting area. And I'm like, you know what? I went there before and I wasn't accepted, and now things have changed over. And there's a new person running it, so I'm like, okay, I'm in. So I'm like, it wasn't the right time. Now it is. I was like, okay, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm at. I know what to do on the other protocol. So I'm like, okay, that was setting the stage. I'm like, okay, I can understand this now. I'm going to put my whole heart into this.
Good. I think you have the right attitude. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a positive experience. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be challenges that arise, but I feel like you need to make sure that you keep yourself grounded, because sometimes you get too you get emotional very quickly, and then because you want to please, right? And then if you feel like you made a mistake or you can't do something or you're not doing it right, then you get yourself worked up. Like you're your own worst critic, right? Then you're like, you start beating yourself up. Yeah. And I feel like that's where, that's the only red flag, is to make sure that if something happens, you don't beat yourself up and you don't freak out, because there's a solution for everything, is what I keep getting. Like, you know what I mean? You'll be able to find a solution. So you're going to do just fine. Just believe in yourself. And I think you're just going to see the rewards in the interaction. I do feel like there might be one difficult, patient that you have to take care of.
Okay.
So just
my other thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the difficulty just kind of feels like a grumpy person that just, they're sick, they're not happy, they're not feeling good, and they're not really in that energy of positivity. So this is where you're going to bring light into the situation, right? And just make sure that you mentally keep yourself knowing that this person is not just being grouchy to be mean to you because of you, right? Like, it's just their nature.
Right.
Okay. What else?
Now, is my one last question before you have to go, or maybe two, if I can get in. The soaps, is it going to be? I'm more to take any risk. Is it going to be a hit, or is it going to be a miss? Am I just wasting my time trying to get them out there?
Okay, I'm going to have you repeat that. I'm sorry.
My soaps. I've been had this idea in my head for a long time, and I'm just wondering if I'm just doing it because someone else is doing something. Is it just going to be a waste of my time? And if it is, I'll just move on from there. But is there any possibility of it being successful?
Is this where I was asking you about having your own business?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you should pursue that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't feel like you're doing it because someone else is doing it. I feel like you're doing it, you want to do it because you're passionate about it and it makes your heart sing. And I feel like if you can make sure that you stay balanced, the job that you have now will help financially fund what you want to do on the business side of things. And, I mean, look, we're all connected. So, I'm not the only one that does this. Like, we have a bunch of other amazing psychics on this station that do what I do. And we all just do it in our own way. And we all just bring our own creativity to it, our own personality to it. And that's how you need to look at it, right? You're going to reach people that this other person isn't going to reach. Right? We all have our own tribe. We all have the people that we're here to affect change with. So I think that's how you kind of need to look at it, right? It's not a competition, right? Definitely don't look at it from that perspective, because that will just lead you down the wrong path.
Everybody has their own time.
Everybody what?
Has their own time when things happen.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, I didn't come out of the closet and start doing this until I turned 40. That's when I decided I was going to go and try and do my own business and start honoring who I am instead of, doing this just with friends. And so, yeah, it's never too late. Just go for it. Just go for it. You got this. Take your time. You just have to believe in yourself and just take baby action steps towards the goal. And I do feel like you'll be successful. It's going to take a little work.
Just be open-minded.
And it's going to evolve and change. So, let it be limitless. So we have 2 minutes if you want to squeeze in your last question.
Who is the person coming into my life that I haven't seen yet?
Okay, so I actually felt, and I'm going to make this really quickly because I only have 90 seconds, but I felt like you are going to meet someone through an introduction from someone that you already know, but I don't feel like you already know the person that's going to make the introduction because you haven't started the job yet. I feel like it's going to be connected through your new work. So make sure you're letting everybody know that you're waiting to meet someone. Okay? Like, don't be afraid to
be prepared.
Yeah. Just be like, hey, I'm single and I'm ready to mingle and get out there and have a good time. Let everybody know because it's going to be somebody through your network that's going to connect you to this person. And to me, really quickly, 30 seconds, I want to say we're looking at late summer, like, I don't know. It's going to be somewhere between June and September. Thank you for calling in. I hope everybody has a great week. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone, and I will see you next week. I look forward to connecting with you then. Bye.